Coming up on DC News Now, local nonprofits lending a helping hand in Texas after devastating flooding.
Others supporting first responders in their desperate search for survivors this morning.
And a 3-year-old girl dies days after a shooting in Southeast DC. What the city's police chief is saying about the search for her killer.
It's humid out there right now, starting off with the sunshine, and then we have that thunderstorm threat later on today. More details and timing coming up.
Plus, the Cowboy Carter craze taking over the DMV. Her second DC show attracting thousands of fans. We're breaking down Beyonce's boost to local businesses.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, 6 o'clock on the dot on this Monday morning, taking a live look over the Washington Monument as the sun starts to rise. Thanks so much for choosing to start your day with us here at
We want to get straight to meteorologist Jackie Lair on this DMV first warn day. And looking outside, you can see the humidity already. We know a lot more in store for today.
I mean, we're going to be tracking the heat, humidity, and then also that storm threat later on today, which is why we did make it a DMV first warn day for those two concerns. That high heat resulting in that heat index up to 106 degrees at times. That's a feels like temperature. So we do have that heat advisory that goes into effect at 1 p.m. and that will hold till 7 p.m. later on this evening for DC, Northern Virginia, as well as Southern Maryland. Then we have that flood watch. That's for the DC metro area, Southern Maryland as well. That goes into effect at 2 p.m. and that will hold all the way until midnight tonight. The radar out there this morning, it is quiet. It will be later on this afternoon. I'll say 2 p.m. is when we start to notice those storms bubbling up out ahead of that cold front that's continuing to approach the area from the west. Temperatures out there right now to kickstart your day into those 70s. We're seeing 76 right now in DC, right around 80 though down towards Lexington Park. Very humid start to the day. A lot of areas with those dew points well into the 70s, so it's a tropical feel to the air as you're stepping out. It certainly is a humid start out there right now. It'll be partly cloudy by 11 a.m. By 3 p.m. we're talking about high temperatures into those low to mid 90s and the chance for those thunderstorms to pop up right around that point. So stay weather aware for that. More details on this and that 7-day coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Jackie, thank you. We'll check back in for more later. Meanwhile, an update in Texas. More than 100 people are dead from the catastrophic flooding in that state, and that number is rising. The massive search continues for missing people. This video is at Camp Mystic, where an all-girls Christian campground has been just ravaged by deadly flooding. Officials say at least 28 children are dead. The floodwaters are now receding, and we're finally seeing some of the destruction left behind.
A woman in Texas rescued after she spent hours clinging to a tree. Officials say she was swept away in the floods carried for 20 miles. Witnesses say they heard the 22-year-old yelling for help. The woman says she tried desperately holding onto branches, but they were overtaken by the powerful current. And with those devastating videos painting the picture of tragedy, the work is on to help those who are helping others.
Yeah, volunteers and first responders from D.C. and Virginia are making their impact felt in Texas. D.C. News Now's Max Marcilla has this story.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
A universal and painful reaction to the damage left behind after flash floods as parts of Texas torn apart by storms. While first responders work tirelessly to find the missing,
Paul with World Central Kitchen here.
DC-based World Central Kitchen is in Texas. The team giving out thousands of meals to families and first responders over the last 3 days.
If you're a first responder, you've been working a 24-hour straight shift or longer, you need something to replenish you.
The long list of rescue crews is growing by the day. 2 swiftwater teams from Virginia, including this one from Virginia Beach, leaving the Commonwealth for the Lone Star State.
Scary to see, right? But these folks have faced some of the similar situations, most recently in the western part of the state, when we had those floods back in October.
Portsmouth, Virginia-based Mercy Chefs is also serving hot meals.
What has stuck out to you when you see the first responders here and just the damage that has been left behind?
When you ask them how they are, they all say almost the same thing with different words. They say, I've seen things today that I can't unsee.
They say right now our job is limited to financial or spiritual gifts. Additional outside volunteers are asked to wait until searches are over.
Pray for the people that have lost loved ones. Pray for the people that are still missing. It's an unimaginable time of horror for those families.
That was our Max Marcilla reporting, and we know some of the people who died were campers or counselors, again at Camp Mystic. There are others from the camp still missing as the searches continue. And an update on the little girl who was shot by a stray bullet over the weekend in Southeast following the July 4th holiday.
Yes, we have now learned the 3-year-old girl has died. We find DC News Now's Candace Cole. She's on South Capitol Hill along 14th Street Southeast. Candace?
Good morning, guys. Well, very sad turn of events as police say little Honesty Cheetel lost her life after succumbing to her injuries when she was shot in the upper body. Now, DC police say that Honesty was shot around 3 a.m. Saturday morning when a bullet pierced through the parked car she was sitting in with family in the 1000 block of 14th Street Southeast. Police believe at least one person is responsible for shooting a gun over here on this block. Now, DC Police Chief Pamela Smith expressed condolences for Honesty's family, calling her loss a tragedy for the entire city. She's vowed that MPD will do everything in their power to bring the shooter to justice. Now, at this time, police are pursuing several leads, but if you know anything, MPD wants to hear from you. You can give them a call at the number on your screen. That's 202-727-9099. That number will also be posted on our website, dcnewsnow.com. And you can also send in a text to 50411. Live in Southeast, Candace Cole, DC News Now.
And in Maryland, prosecutors told a judge that the Trump administration plans to deport Kilmer Abrego Garcia upon his release from a Tennessee jail. Now, the Maryland father was mistakenly deported to El Salvador in March, and he now faces smuggling charges in the U.S. The feds say he would not be sent to a country that is his native El Salvador. They say plans are not imminent, and they plan to comply with all court orders. Abrego Garcia's attorneys say they want him back in Maryland and to not have him deported again.
The last time that Kilmer Abrego Garcia was put on an airplane, he did not know where that airplane was flying to. The purpose of bringing him before this courthouse is to put him in the ex-ante position, right, in the position he was before the unlawful arrest.
And the judge ordered both sides back to court Thursday to get an answer from the federal government on exactly where it will send Abrego Garcia if it takes him into custody again.
And in Montgomery County, an 80-year-old man is accused of killing his wife inside their apartment over the weekend. Police say Vivian Nation stabbed Beverly Fletcher multiple times Saturday. She died inside their Silver Spring home in the Leisure World community. Court documents say the couple was arguing about an issue with the husband's doctor. He's being held without bond.
And the details you are about to hear in this next story may be unsettling. A jury selection is now underway in the case of an FBI agent charged with rape and sexual assault in Montgomery County. Investigators say Eduardo Valdivia raped multiple women at a tattoo shop he owned after offering them a chance to become models. They say Valdivia contacted the women through an Instagram page that he created for that tattoo shop. Valdivia is suspended by the FBI and has been in jail since he was arrested last year. If convicted, he could spend decades in prison.
And President Trump is hosting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House as a ceasefire with Gaza could be within reach. Trump held a private dinner with Netanyahu last night. During that dinner, both leaders discussed matters about peace in the Middle East. That includes letting Palestinians govern themselves while security matters would stay under Israeli control. Meantime, delegations from both Hamas and Israel are meeting in Qatar. Both sides say they are open to a framework for a 60-day ceasefire.
And the Department of Veteran Affairs says it'll reduce staffing numbers by nearly 30,000 workers by the end of this fiscal year. The VA says it shouldn't need to do a large-scale reduction in force since they've been able to achieve the drop in numbers through early retirements, deferred resignations, the federal hiring freeze, and normal worker attrition. The department also says there are, quote, safeguards in place to ensure recent and future staff reductions won't impact veteran care or benefits.
And what President Trump has called the Big Beautiful Bill has since been signed into law. It extends the president's 2017 tax cuts and boosts defense spending and immigration enforcement. Critics of the measure denounce the $1 trillion cut to Medicaid that could leave millions of low-income people and those with disabilities without health care. However, President Trump says that bill he signed will lead to an economic boom.
And in the Commonwealth, some hospitals are warning that the legislation could have serious effects on Virginians. The Congressional Budget Budget Office reports nearly 12 million people nationwide could lose their health insurance as a result of cuts made to Medicaid and other programs. Republicans argue the work requirements will strengthen Medicaid for those who truly need it. But the Virginia Hospital and Healthcare Association says that policy, along with others, could lead to more people showing up to the emergency room without insurance, which would force hospitals to treat them without getting paid.
Are putting financial pressure, greater financial pressure on healthcare providers, which again has all of those spillover effects that I just mentioned.
Meanwhile, Virginia Republican Congressman Rob Whitman spoke on work requirements, saying these reforms will ensure that our most vulnerable populations, such as pregnant women, children, seniors, and individuals with disabilities, will continue to have access to the assistance they need. In doing so, we are strengthening Medicaid and reinforcing its long-term sustainability. And the Washington Nationals naming an interim manager. They hired Miguel Cairo Monday afternoon. This all comes as the team fired Dave Martinez and general manager Mike Rizzo Sunday. Now, Cairo has been the Nats bench coach since last season. He's served coaching roles in both the minors and majors since 2018. Mike DiBartolo will serve as the interim general manager. Well, your time is now 6:10, and today it is the start of those Amazon Prime Day sales. We're stretching your dollar with the best deals Amazon is offering.
Time to get that Apple Pay out, Marielle. We are also checking in at other retailers offering discounts at the same time. Plus, the Beehive swarming Northwest Stadium for a second Cowboy Carter show, how one of the country's top tours is bringing a boost here in the DMV.
And you are taking a live look outside on this Tuesday morning over the Washington Monument. Jackie, we know it is hot and humid out there.
Yeah, hazy, hot and humid. We're seeing that out there to start off this morning. Then later on today, heat and humidity sticking around. We have some heat advisories, but then we also see that storm threat later on this afternoon and evening as well. So more details, the timing of those storms right after the break.